Hi, I'm Bart Hanson, the owner and operator of CrushLivePoker.com. The following hand comes from our call-in show that we record at 4:45 p.m. Pacific Time every Monday. If you want to call in your hand, check out the phone number in the description.
Rec player 1-2.
Yep.
He's 800. I have 1,000. He raises under the gun for 14, which is
Okay.
standard, a little low actually, but
Yep.
not outrageous. And I have two red nines under the gun plus one.
And you call.
And I call. The table there's been like 1 3-bet in the last 2 hours, and I've done it like 3 times, so I'm pretty much the only one doing 3 bets.
Okay.
I'm not too worried about getting raised later. And it goes 2 calls. One is a calling station rec, and the other is a pretty good rag on the button.
Okay. So
we go
two
to
guys
a
call
parlay.
behind. So two guys call behind
Right.
you. Okay.
Right. So the flop comes out ace, king, 9, rainbow.
Ace, king, 9 rainbow, and now you have bottom set, right?
Right, and the king is a diamond. That's going to be important later.
Okay.
So the pre-flop raiser actually checked
Okay.
first stack.
Yep.
So I decide with the calling station behind me, I'm going to take the lead, and I lead 30.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the rec player folds, and the button calls. That's the better rag.
Okay.
And now under the gun makes it 130.
So
So
UTG
yeah.
makes it 130, but the thing here is that people might think ace king here is the nuts too, right? Tooth doctor.
Right.
Yeah.
I was, alarm bells are going off. I'm thinking aces, kings, or ace king
Yeah.
immediately, hoping ace king. Obviously, there's a lot more combos of ace king than
Mhm.
ace kings.
Mhm.
But he's a rec player, so he would definitely probably try to do this shit with aces or kings.
Mhm.
So I just call, and then the button actually folds. So we go heads up to the turn.
So the button folds. Yeah, and I think that that's fine play. I think that obviously he could have pocket aces or pocket kings, but he still might think ace king is the nuts. Now, I know that you're relatively new to the site. Do you know how to do the combo work here and see like how many aces and kings he has versus ace king?
Yeah. So he's got 3 aces, 3 kings,
Right.
and then he's got 12 ace kings.
Well, it would actually be 3
Or
times 3,
nine,
9.
nine,
Right.
9 ace kings.
So
So
if he,
I knew that if he went with it, I was going to go with him.
okay. Okay.
Just because I was a little bit more 50-50 on that. But
Yep.
I was a little nervous because he doesn't usually get involved in big pots. But on the turn comes a 7 of diamonds.
So the pot right now is about $316, I would say, something like that.
Conference
Yeah, that's
unlocked.
about right.
Yeah, $316. All right. So, and now what is the turn?
7 of diamonds.
7 of diamonds. Okay.
Now he checks.
And now he checks. So,
Right.
wow, that's really, really strange.
So I was
Because
kind of taken aback, and I'm just like, So now I'm thinking ace king that just got nervous, or ace queen, ace jack, or I'm actually starting to think in my head, did he pick up diamonds and he doesn't want to get blown off? But I think I'm giving this guy too much credit when it comes to thinking like that. So it's up to me, and I decided to bet 125.
Okay.
He's got, I think at this point, he's got about 700 left, 650.
Yep.
So if he check jams, I can get away from it if I had to, but I don't think I would because ace king, like you said earlier. He thinks about it and pretty quickly calls.
Wow, this is really weird. Okay.
So yeah, now I'm like, well, I don't think he has aces or kings.
So he
I feel
check
like
raised to
even the
one.
crappy players.
He check raised to 130 on the flop. Right. You bet 30, call. Check raised to 130, and now he checks the turn. Yeah, that's pretty consistent. Like maybe he had like ace queen or something. I mean, it's really bizarre for a guy to check the turn after he check raised the flop. So yeah, I mean, I think you've got the best hand now.
Yeah, I was feeling pretty confident at this point. My one concern is he checks dark on the river, which doesn't really concern me, the fact that he's checking dark, but of course the river is the 8 of diamonds. And now I'm thinking he could have ace queen of diamonds, ace jack of diamonds, ace 10 of diamonds.
Okay.
He could.
But I mean,
it's a
you guys
small
only have
portion.
so you have about 500 left in the pot, 500 effective, and the pot's about 555, right? Something like that.
Yeah, he might have closer to 6, but he's got a little more in a pot size bet. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So he checks
So
to you
when he checks
blind.
dark,
Yeah.
yeah, he checks blind, and the eight of
Hmm.
diamonds come out, and I start thinking, and I feel like ace king, aces, kings would have played back to me by now, and certainly not checked dark.
Hmm.
So now, this is what you're talking about on Slack. I said, what am I targeting for a call? And I forget who it was. I think Ryan Turp was talking to me, and then someone else got in the mix when they were talking about if we're trying to get single paired hands to call like ace jack or ace queen, what's the value size here?
I mean, I would probably. I mean, this guy obviously seems like he's very. I would probably bet 200, something like that. And if
Okay.
he check shoves on you, I mean, I think that you can. I mean, if you bet 200 and he check shoves for 300 more, I can't imagine how you're good here. I mean, I know what it's looking like. It could be ace x of diamonds. This is a very bizarre hand because I don't normally see people as the pre-flop raiser check raise the flop and then check the turn unless they're playing some sort of
Right.
crazy like trap game. So it's
And then check the
pretty
river.
weird. Yeah, and
Huh.
then check blind on the river. I mean, I would think I'd have the best hand here all the time, so you're just kind of scared of ace x of diamonds. So you bet on the smaller side to get value from one pair, and it actually leaves yourself a little bit of an escape hatch to fold if he
Mhm.
shoves, for the extra. If you bet 200 and he shoves for, say, 400 more, or whatever it is.
Right. Because if I bet like 350, like what's calling me?
So how much
And
did you
if I
bet?
jam, then I'm stuck. I bet 140. I went a little
140. Okay.
smaller.
So
Yeah.
you
And he called like instantly.
and you were good, right?
Yeah, I was totally good. He had ace queen with no diamonds at all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just
But I wasn't
interesting that
sure if
you don't really see that with Ace Queen all that much, but I guess he just felt like he had you beat, which is really weird because that's why it's such a bad play from Ace Queen. That's really like if you look at a board of Ace King Nine Tooth Doctor where there's no flush draw, you're betting next to act, right? Pre-flop.
Mhm.
So when he check raises ace queen, he literally is going to get everything to fold that's weaker than his hand and pretty much only better to continue on. Unless the game is so bad that like people are bet calling with ace jack. But once he checks that turn, no one's really that tricky at that level. So you definitely but I just think I would have gone for a little bit larger. I probably would have made 200 or so, something like that on the river.
Makes sense.
Yep.
I thought it was interesting that he check raised the flop and then just went check, like just shut it down. It was just kind of like, oh, okay. And the run out was the only run out that makes you even think he got there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, no, for sure. I
But
appreciate the call. Hey guys, if you like what you've seen here, please click on the subscribe button and you'll get notified every time we put up a new video. And if you want to check out crushlivepoker.com for the first month free, use the code YTA100. Click on the link right there.